Alright guys, so today I have the Rise of Skywalker Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon set 75257. It has 1,351 pieces. Very big build. Before we get into anything on the set side, we will get into the figures, which does include Lando. We have Chewbacca, C-3PO, Finn, Bulio, R2-D2, and D-O, which is one of the newer droids. So, before I move that box out of the way, we will get into them. Alright, so first figure we have here is Lando Calrissian. Obviously the much older version of him that we do see in Rise of Skywalker, with some double-sided face printing. Flip his hood down. So we have more of like an angry and then sort of like an excited face. Lando just kind of has a mad and slightly more mad but happy. We do have a nice hairpiece with his kind of receding hairline, which is great. I do like the molding for that. I'm pretty sure that is exclusive to this character as well. His cane was a relatively nice touch to add to the character, along with his gun that I believe we've only seen since Captain Phasma from The Force Awakens. And they added kind of a rail piece to kind of give it that look of what it originally was in the movies. His cape is also double-sided, so we have that kind of shiny blue along with the black. And the printing on his torso is also very nice. Very screen accurate as well. Also have back printing, even though you won't really see it much if you leave the cape on. So, Lando Calrissian, nice figure. Moving on to Chewbacca. Now, for Chewbacca, he is very basic printing for what we've been seeing with the Wookiees lately, for the past about, I'd say, 5 years. He does have the crossbow with the stud shooter, which is nice, but I do believe he comes with that all the time, but does work pretty nice. Oh, and I dropped him. So yeah, we got Chewbacca. Moving on to C-3PO. Again, very basic figure. It would be nice to have seen some side leg printing and some arm printing, like we got with the May the 4th special from The Force Awakens with his red arm. This being a $160 set, it would have been nice to see something like that. But I guess that would have most likely raised the price more because we do have some exclusive molding in other prints. So moving on to Finn. Very nice figure. He also has a double-sided face. He kind of has that happy and then scared face. He's never once had an angry face. It's more him happy than screaming for Rey, unfortunately. We do have the side bag, which we've seen in Indiana Jones sets years ago. His gun color is slightly more gray than it is black, unlike what we typically see from Lego. And his printing is also very nice. He has the leg printing that we've only really ever seen with Han. And we also have some pretty nice back printing with what looks to be a new hair mold as well for him. Now, moving on to Bulio. He has some very nice printing. He is a great figure. I love the printing on the mouth and everything. He looks a little more creepy than he did in the movies. But the belt printing and everything is very nice. It lines up pretty well. The only gripe I really have about him is that in the movie, he was never in the Falcon. He was more or less just giving them data through the hatch in the Falcon. And next we have R2-D2, yet again, very basic, the astromech droid molding, same printing and everything that we've been seeing for the past few years with that kind of metallic head. Not much to say about him at this point. Everyone's heard everything about him as it is. And here is the new droid that we find later on in the movie, D-O. Very nice exclusive mold for him as well. I hope to see him in some other sets eventually. Very nice printing for how small he is, at least. Could have been a little more detailed, maybe made him a little more dirty like he was in the movie, but not complaining. First time we've ever seen him, can't be perfect the first time around. Do have the nice tire treads. That's about all there is to really say about Dio as well. Alright, so Moving on to the Falcon build itself, which is right behind this box here. Grab that real quick. So again, a very nice build for the Falcon. I will definitely have to pick up the camera at some point, but I will give you a quick overlook of it before we jump into this. Very nice, very solid build. Not too heavy for what it is. It is very sturdy as well. I can pick it up just like that and nothing breaks. Just a little bit of flexing, but it is Lego. So I will turn the camera around, pick it up, and show you around the inside of the Falcon. But before we do that, I will show you the top and the great detail they have here. All right, so this is the Millennium Falcon from The Rise of Skywalker. So there are a lot of stickers on this set. For the price point, I would be hoping for a little bit more printed bricks. But I guess you can only do so much when it comes to Lego at this point. The stickers are relatively nice. They are pretty hard to put on with these circular shapes and everything. They don't always line up perfectly. But it does add some nice detail to it. We have the dish, some bullet holes here from the laser blasters. And before we move inside, after seeing all this detail with the turrets, and show you the landing gear as well with another turret underneath, I will show you that these stud shooters actually do work. If you are to put your finger down into this, they shoot. And both sides do that as well. And this is their ammunition here. Very nice. They do give you some extras, which is great. So moving on to the inside, we will start with the probably most disappointing part of this build, which is the cockpit. It just pulls off like every other Falcon. There are only 2 spots to seat figures. And then, as you see right here, the little stud, you can put Dio right there, which is a pretty good feature. At least you can fit the 2 figures in Dio, if not anything else. And that just kind of, I can do this one-handed, clips right back onto there. Now, moving on to the inside, there is a lot going on inside. It is pretty underwhelming, again, for the set, but can't complain with the amount of space. So here we have a seat with a control panel and some, as you can see, some screens as well, with the game table right here, which is actually a printed piece, one of the very few printed pieces that you see in this set, and it is kind of held up just like that. It's like a shield piece almost. With the booth, I wish the booth was a little more connected, but again, can only do so much without it being an Ultimate Collector series. We have some crates here, which is nice. They're detachable. Can kind of click them back on. And for this front half, the only thing that I would change is right here, there is not a hallway to go into the cockpit. And even just not adding a hallway, it would have been nice to see a plate with a sticker to kind of simulate the hallway. But going to the back side here, again, these just open right up. And we have kind of the bed area here with some what looks to be a generator. And then here we have another crate which has nothing inside of it. But it does have a lid at least. Here we have the kitchen kind of dining area of the Falcon. And you can see there's a hatch right here that opens up, and that's where Rey, Finn, and BB-8 would have hidden back in The Force Awakens. If you lift up the turret here, there is a seat that you could put a minifigure in and slide him back down. It would have been nice to see maybe some printed control panel or something to go into here. It is a pretty underwhelming piece right here. But moving on from that, the backside here, again with another issue of the ramp does come down, which is a very nice play feature. But fitting a figure through here will be very difficult for the Falcon being so low. So I guess it's kind of more novelty than it is a play feature at that point. But closing the Falcon back up, which is very easy, you can see the back has the thrusters, or the engine. And just one quick look underneath. The landing gear, the other turret that would be controlled from here. And that's honestly about it. It is very comprised, the base is comprised of a lot of Technic pieces, which makes this so sturdy, with it also being relatively light. So overall, the Millennium Falcon from the 2019 Rise of Skywalker movie, the set is actually very screen accurate and just a very nice, well put together set, other than those very minor issues that you could honestly fix yourself pretty easily. Other than that, is a great set. I would definitely buy another one if they were to go down in price. So yeah, Act My Age Productions is out for now. Alright, and I'm going to say the stuff that every basic YouTuber says, which is like, comment, subscribe. I want to know what you guys want to see in a review next, and support is very much needed since I most likely by the time of uploading this video have 0 subscribers.